So this is lesson 2. In lesson 2, we have angles of composite shapes. So a composite shape is a shape which is made up of different shapes. So we call it a composite shape. So you can find this lesson in your textbook, page 159 and 160. That is learner's book. Now, by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to solve geometrical problems using properties of angles. These include angles on a straight line, angles at a point, and angles of quadrilateral. Remember, angles of quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. So these are properties. But also in this lesson, you are going to learn another property, that is corresponding angles are equal. Okay, corresponding angles are equal. So I'm going to show you how an angle corresponds to another angle. So whenever you see those angles, an angle corresponding to another angle, just know that those two angles are equal. That is another property. So please take note of these properties you are going to apply when you have been given a question. Okay, the questions will not come straightforward. The questions will require you to apply the properties of angles that you learned. So please take note of these properties. Here we have example 1. Example says, calculate the size of each of the unknown angles in the diagram. Now let us look at the diagram. A diagram is a composite shape. Remember, because a composite shape is a shape which is made up of different shapes. So if we can check, we are going to find different shapes in that diagram. We have a trapezium. Have you seen where trapezium is? And then we have a triangle. So these shapes have made one shape, that is a composite shape. But our work is to calculate the size of each of the unknown angles in the diagram. That is angle 4A, angle A, and angle B. Now let us start with angle 4A. How can we calculate this angle? Okay, so let us apply the property which says angles on a straight line add up to 180. So let's check. Angle 4A is on a straight line, which another angle, but that angle is not labeled. So if we can add angle 4A and that angle is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Angles on a straight line. But that angle which is not labeled corresponds angle A. Okay, it means that angle A and this angle which is not labeled are equal. Why? They are corresponding to each other. So we can also label this angle which is not labeled to be angle A, or let that angle be A. That means we are going to add A, and 4A is equal to 180 degrees. Y angles on a straight line. Now I have shown you how the how angles correspond to each other. Now let us focus on the solution. We are saying 4A plus A is equal to 180 degrees. Y angles on a straight line. Please, when writing this, when calculating angles, don't forget to state the reason. Okay, 4A plus A, this A, we are saying that angle A and the angle which is not labeled are corresponding to each other. So these angles are equal. That's why we have just labeled that angle to be A, because it's the same as with the angle, another A, which is already labeled there. So 4A plus A is equal to 180 degrees, angles on a straight line. So 4A plus A is equal to 5A is equal to 180 degrees. Now for me to find the value of A, I'm going to use inverse operation. Here 5 is multiplying. That means when it jumps the equal sign, it becomes or it will divide. So 180 degrees divided by 5, the answer is 36 degrees. So the value of A is equal to 36 degrees. Now our work was to find the angle for A. Now we know that A is equal to 36 degrees. Therefore, angle for A is equal to 4 times A, which is equal to 4 times 36. So if we multiply 4 by 36, the angle is 144 degrees. Therefore, angle for A is what? Is 144 degrees. Now, let us find the angle B. How are we going to find angle B? Remember, A is equal to 36 degrees. So A plus B plus 90 degrees is equal to 180 degrees, while sum of angles in a triangle. So now we are focusing on the angles in this particular triangle. So 36 plus B plus 90 is equal to 180 degrees. Why 36 degrees? Because we know that A is equal to 36 degrees. And why 90 degrees? Have you seen that small square at the corner there? It indicates that that angle is a right angle. So it is 90 degrees. So 36 degrees plus 90 degrees, the answer is 126 degrees plus B, which is equal to 180 degrees. So for me to find the value of B, I'm going to use inverse operation. So 136 will be moved to the right hand side, so it will become negative. So B is equal to 180 degrees minus 126 degrees. So the answer is 54 degrees. So here I have found all the angles, all unknown angles. Okay, A is equal to 36 degrees, B is equal to 54 degrees, and angle for A is the same as 4 times 36 degrees, which is 144 degrees. So this is how we calculate the size of unknown angles in composite shapes. So before calculations, identify the shapes inside that particular composite shape, and then try to use different properties. Try to relate angles. Okay, identify right angles, identify angles on a straight line, or identify angles at a point, or identify the angles in a quadrilateral. So all these are properties, you need to apply them. Okay, so this is how we calculate the size of unknown angles. Thank you very much. That is the end of the lesson.